random question.
Okay.
Who would you choose to go away out of these 3 artists in their prime time? I know which one I would choose.
Nikki freaking Grant.
What's up and welcome to Unusual Chatter Podcast, episode number 9. My name is Nikki Grant and I will be your host for this podcast. I'm so glad you joined us today and we are back in Florida. Yes, we have been in LA for the past couple episodes and we are back in Florida and it's great. I can't wait to do this episode because we have a guest joining us from Texas. Yes, she flew out here all the way from Texas and I can't wait to do this episode with her. She is an associate worship pastor. She is an amazing vocalist and she happens to be a great friend of mine. So let's get her out here. Sabrina Gonzalez.
Hello.
Sabrina, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Wow, it's good to have you on here.
I know. It's about time.
It's about time.
It's been a bit.
We've been trying to make this happen for a while.
Yeah. My staff had to kick me out for sure.
Yeah.
They were like, you've been working too much. Go away.
It's time for you to take a break.
It's time for you to take a break. Get out. It's literally my worship pastor. She was like, you're not allowed to ask any questions. Like, we're cutting you off of everything for a whole week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to start you off with our basic 3 questions.
Okay.
Maybe not so basic, but they're 3 questions that we start everybody off with. So here are the 3 questions. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Your name, which we've already said, but it's okay. So your name, your age, and your marital status.
Okay.
Not government name because we don't want nobody searching nobody out.
All right, got you. So Sabrina.
Okay.
Do you know my last name too?
I mean, if you would like. I mean, you can say last name. You can put your letter, whatever.
All right, so just Sabrina.
Okay, here you go.
Sabrina. I'm 25.
All right, welcome.
And marital status, I'm dating.
Excuse me.
So
we're gonna talk about that
a little
bit. We're gonna come back to that.
Okay.
I wanna hear more about that.
Sure. Okay.
So, what do you do for a living? Since you said that you're taking a break from your job.
Yeah.
So, what do you do for a living right now?
I am an associate worship pastor.
Okay. So, what does that entail?
What that entails is the main thing is that we're pastors. So anybody who needs us, anybody who a lot of our contact with the people who come to our church are through something we called com cards.
Yeah.
So they fill them out during the weekend if for prayer, they're new, they want to join a life group, they want to serve, all those things, they just want someone to hear what they're going through. That's our week. So we're answering all of those and we're just there for our attenders. Since you're a pastor, you're kind of you're considered a pastor. By the way, I hate that title. I'm just going to put that out there. But since they consider you a pastor, you are constantly hearing about things. And most of the time people are coming to you with things that are have gone wrong, right? Things that have hurt them. Wow. So you're constantly hearing about all the bad. And sometimes it's hard. You sit there and you're oh, dang, is there anything good? Yeah. And, but I think it's just a reminder of you're trusted with people's hurt. Yeah. And you're trusted to walk with them. You don't have all the answers, but you're at least there, Yeah. So that's most of our week on the pastoral side. On the logistical side, as for worship, is we're building the sessions. We are the MDs. We are the musical directors. We're building those sessions is what you hear in your ears. We're creating those sets. The video content that you see, lyric videos, we're building all of that on weekend. Yeah. Pro presenter, all the lyrics on the screens, we're building all of that. All the slides and stuff, we're building all of it. Social media, we run. Photography team, we run. So it's a lot of coordinating. A lot of coordinating and having to stick to a pretty extreme schedule because we run, it's me and my worship pastor. Before it was just her. So it's her running the youth ministry on the worship end and running weekend on the worship end. Yeah. Every week. It's just one person. Wow. So mind you, we have volunteers that we empower.
It's crazy. Yeah. I remember back, I don't know how long ago, I remember you wanting this so badly. And now you're seeing you being able to live out what you wanted is such a happy sight for me to see you living your dream. Yeah. I don't know if this was your dream goal, but seeing you live this is I'm so happy for you.
You know what's funny? I tell people all the time when they ask me why I did it and like why I got into it, I was like, I don't think that's what I wanted for myself.
Yeah.
I think it's just what God wanted for me, and he kept me blind the whole time. Yeah. Like he put blinders on me.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, I don't like the title pastor. Yeah, it still freaks me out. Yeah. Like even when I applied to the internship, I didn't know it was for an internship that they treat you like a pastor, and that if you do well and you're interested, that they will basically interview you to hire you on as a pastor. Like I didn't know any of that. It's intimidating because you grow up in a lot of churches with this concept that the pastor is untouchable and knowledgeable. And I call them like the green room pastors or the green room worship leaders, where you just don't see them. Yeah. You don't interact with them, and there's reasons for it. I'm not bashing on the people who do that. Yeah. There's reasons why people choose to do that, especially in mega churches. But I think I just always came to a point where when you think pastor, you think of super knowledgeable, super spiritual, and just somebody that's, you don't think of yourself as that. Yeah. You know, you just don't. I've never been to seminary. I've never been, I've just, all of the things. Yeah. But the way my church kind of poured into me and explained it, it's like everyone's a leader. You have influence. Yes. Whether you're a friend, whether you're a sister, a daughter, a mom, a wife, you have influence. Yeah. A teacher, like you do. So everyone's a leader, and you've been trusted with a flock to steward. You're a pastor. Yeah. That's what a pastor is. So, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like I hear it, but like my head hears it, but my heart's not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's been a transition. And I think what's helping me is that since people see pastor that way, especially being a girl in the Bible Belt area, you say pastor and they're like, what? Yeah, like a female pastor. A female pastor. Yeah, you say pastor and you're like, what? And no one mistreats you, but they don't like see you as a pastor. Yeah. So you have to pull the title out to gain equity real quick, because they're not going to talk to you because they don't see you as a pastor. So if you say no, like I'm a pastor, we have all of us on staff are pastors. They think twice about it, and they're like, okay, well, if all the staff members in this church are pastors, it makes sense. Okay, maybe I'll try and listen to this person or try to talk to them.
So do you feel like people think that you abuse the title?
No, I definitely try not to. The only time I've ever brought it out is for those reasons, where it's like I can tell this person doesn't want to talk to me because they don't think I have say. I normally don't take out pull out I'm normally like, I'm one of the worship leaders here, or stuff that's easier for me. Yeah. It feels better. Yeah. But I'll pull it out then, because it's like I know my role here, and I'm not gonna just like ignore it and go grab somebody else for you when I know this is what God's asked me to step into. Yeah. I hope I don't abuse it. God, I hope the people around me will check me if that ever is the case. Yeah. Because it's very easy to get a little big head with it. Yeah. It's possible. But I like the way my church does it. They keep it very small. What are the values that they have there? And I pulled it up so I don't get it wrong. It says, we wholeheartedly reject the label mega church. We are a micro church with a mega vision. And so they make sure the campuses that they create feels small, even though we're so big. And because of that, you have a lot of really amazing people who check you. It's like, hey, remember why you do this. It's not for you. It's not for the building. It's not for the numbers. We do it for Jesus. Yeah. We do it for the one. We do it for the lost. Yeah. And it's good. It's good that there's people there that check you.
All right, so from leading worship, can you share a memorable moment from leading worship?
I don't know if this happens to you, but my brain clumps so many different memories and puts everything together. Honestly, the first thing that comes to my head is probably like the first time I ever led worship and accepted it for what it was. For me, what I run back to when the word memorable is the first time I ever led worship, and fully realized, oh shoot, like this is what worship is. Like this is what it means to let God do his thing.
Yeah.
That I'm literally just a vessel.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like it was an outer body experience. Like it's not me on that stage.
Yeah.
But I can remember I was leading What a Beautiful Name. Gosh, I didn't know anything about worship. Like I was the kid that they gave the chance to.
Yeah.
Shout out Darylyn. Because freaking girl. If it wasn't for you, girl, I don't know where I'd be. But I was the one that they just gave a chance to. And then I look back at that video and I'm like, you shouldn't have been able to do that. Mm-hmm. You didn't do that. Like it's literally only God.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't have been able to speak into lives like that and be dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it's just crazy. So that's what I can think of when I think of memorable experience. It's when God finally showed me.
What are some of your favorite worship artists? Like vocal, worship artists.
Okay, so I suck when it comes to this stuff.
Oh, God.
Okay, I you know this about me already. I don't have favorites.
Oh yeah.
I don't have favorites anything. I think the only favorite thing I have is like a book.
Oh yeah.
Like that's it. I don't have a favorite anything. But I tend to lean a lot towards Maverick, which is very basic. But I like the way that they create. Like, I like their style.
Yeah.
Not everything. Again, I tend to like songs, not artists. Like, there's songs that I'm like, this is it. This is the one. And then never listen to anything else on the album. That's just how I tend to be. Which I know people who, like, have to listen to albums from like top to bottom, like song one all the way to. You know what I'm saying?
That's me from the beginning to the end, straight through.
Me. It's like the one song that touches me, and then that one song. It's like, oh, you know this artist? And it's like, no, I just know
know that one song.
I'm like, they're like, oh, they do this song, and I'm like, oh, I do know them. It's like, but I have no idea who they are. I just like their one song. My favorite song right now is Who Else.
I've never heard of it.
Who Else is? Oh my god. Yo, I think it's Gateway, and I think it's Abby Gambrell. I'm so sorry, I'm butchering your name. She is a worship leader at Upper Room. Okay. Do you have a favorite worship song right now?
Favorite worship song right now? Ooh, has to be Make a Way.
How does that go?
He will make a way. He will always make a way.
See me bopping. I don't know what the heck this song is.
By Maverick City, I think it is. Or no, Maverick City? Yes.
Make a Way.
Maverick City?
I'm going to look this up.
Maverick City. It's got to be Maverick City.
Make a Way.
Yes, Maverick City. Has to be Maverick City.
Hold on. Make a Way. No, Elevation.
Elevation? Maverick City. Chandler Moore's on it. That's why.
He is on it. I like it already. So good. Elevation's another really good.
So good.
Ooh. Ooh.
So good.
Always make a way. Look at the harmony.
Such a good one. Love it.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right.
Made me cry immediately.
All right. This is going on my playlist.
That's my slow, quote unquote, slow one that I like.
That's a slow one, Nikki?
Quote unquote slow one.
Come on.
My fast one that I like, Chris Garçon got me into it. Fill the Room.
Oh, that's a great one.
By Todd Galbraith.
Yep.
Love that one.
That's a good one.
Love that one. I'm trying to learn it on drums. I'm trying to get...
Yeah, my girl can do like 3,000 different things.
Can I learn it on drums? Probably not this year. Maybe not next year.
Drums, bass. What else can you play? Piano? Keys?
Yeah, I'm trying.
There's 10 million things, man.
Am I taking a break from music this year? Probably. Yes.
What a loss.
But that's another topic.
What a loss to the world.
I know. Okay, I got a random question for you.
Okay.
Random question. Speaking of music, please tell me you know the artists.
I'm scared.
The artists.
Okay.
Adele.
Yes.
Sam Smith.
Yeah.
And Ed Sheeran.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm burst.
All right.
Somewhat.
Random question.
Okay.
Who would you choose to go away out of these three artists, Adele, Sam Smith, or Ed Sheeran, in their prime time, in their heyday, in their best times period, without where they are now, in their prime time? Who would you choose?
Prime time.
Prime time.
Man, this is hard. I know you tried. I know, but it's still hard because for me, I feel like Adele brought in like big voice.
Ah, she did.
Big like belting, like belt like.
That's why this is a hard question.
She brought in the belt and like I used to sing her stuff all the time.
She's a good one. That's why this is a hard question.
And Sam Smith, I like more of what Sam Smith coming out now. That's what I'm saying. Like I like his
stuff?
No, his old stuff is good, but I like what he's coming out with now. Lyrically, I can't get behind it, but musically, I just like to be challenged because my brain doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. My brain works Adele's way.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I'd rather be challenged and like brought something that I wouldn't normally like lean towards.
Yeah.
That's why I'd keep Ed Sheeran in there.
100%.
And that's why Sam Smith is kind of a little struggle for me right now. You get what I'm saying?
I know, but
I think I would still choose Adele.
Really?
I'd choose to take Adele out, I think.
I'd take Adele out.
Yeah. God, I don't like this question. I'm too indecisive for this stuff, Nikki. I'm too indecisive.
I was like, she's going to hate me. She's going to hate this question.
You would take out Adele.
I would take out Adele.
Yeah.
I would keep only because one, we don't have a lot of boy singers that can
just
do the
sing.
things that will sing like them.
Yeah.
We don't.
Freaking if you brought a country artist, bro, I would just be I wouldn't know what to do.
Bro, I'm trying to think.
There's so many good country artists out there right now with like voices that you're just like, who is this? Like you're like,
and then
what? I don't like this face.
Beyonce's country albums.
Oh,
Beyonce's country album, Thoughts.
No,
let's hear it.
I'm gonna be the one that everyone's gonna be like, bro, shut up.
Hear it.
I'm not crazy about them. They're good songs within themselves. I do not consider them country.
I don't know. I haven't listened to the album. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
They're catchy. They're good. Country? No. You want to take a picture on a horse? Call it a country, sure. That's not. That's kind of like, bro. That's kind of like what Lil Nas did. That's literally what Lil Nas did, and it wasn't a country song. What, they got Billy Ray on it and it made it country? Like that's. No, it's not. I'm sorry.
My God.
I'm sorry.
Yo, you about to have people in the comments, and I cannot wait for this.
Shoot me down.
I cannot wait.
It is what it is. I'm gonna tell you like how it is.
All right.
Again,
Beehive. Here we go.
Were they good songs? Yes, they're good songs. They're catchy. Like they're good.
So you agree they're catchy? They're just not country.
They're not. I remember having someone. I'm not gonna call them out. That's good. But I remember having someone that said, "Oh, it's because of." No, I shouldn't talk about that. It's because they literally said to me, and I don't care if this person texts me after this. They literally said to me,
"Oh snap! I didn't do this. I'm not in this. I just want you to know I'm not in this."
It's because you like a black artist can't be country, and I'm like, no, like there's black artists who are country, 100% there are. Like Darius Rucker, great country artist, and he's black, great. But I wasn't it at all. I'm like, there's a certain sound to country, and you can't, like Beyonce she's not gonna sound country. You put me on a country track and it's not gonna sound country. It just is what it is. There's a twang, there's a sound, there's instruments that go into it. It's just listen, like it's just that's my point. It can be a great song, but you can't call it country. Like sound.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't listened to the album, so I don't know.
They're catchy. There's my 2 cents. There's my take. Come after me. Freaking, I don't know. That is what it is. What you are going to get on here by me is the truth. It's just is what it is.
And on that note, words from the wise. All right. So another random question.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite rom-com?
Oh, Nikki, I don't have favorites.
I need you to start having
have favorites. I really like The Proposal.
That's what you're going with?
I don't know.
Come on, 13 going on 30.
No, I like it, but I'm not crazy about it. The Notebook. God, that's so basic.
You know, I've never seen The Notebook.
Nikki freaking Grant. Are you crazy?
Not once.
No.
The Notebook. What's that one with Miley Cyrus and her ex-man?
The Climb?
No,
that's a song. The last song.
That's from Hannah Montana, girl.
It's a climb.
I love Hannah Montana.
Okay, the last song.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Never seen that one.
That's a good one. Shut up. Shut up. You saw the joke. It was here. And now it's all over there.
She's mad. She's mad. She's trying to get mad. She's mad.
The last song was a good one.
Never seen that one.
The proposal is just funny.
The proposal, that's...
27... No. What's that one?
I've never seen 27 Dresses.
50 Day... No.
50 Worst Dates?
50 First Dates.
50 First Dates.
That's just a funny one. Like, I don't...
seen that one.
That's a cute one. Adam Sandler.
No, I've seen 50 First Dates. Never mind. I've seen that one.
Well, the one that's like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That's a cute one. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I don't think I've seen that one.
That's a good rom-com.
Yeah, I've seen... Is 10 Things I Hate About You a rom-com?
That's a great one. That's a good one too. Yes.
I don't understand why 10 Things I Hate About You is a rom-com.
I just love Heath Ledger. God, that man.
Heath Ledger? Isn't that man?
Yeah, the Joker.
Isn't that... That's the Joker.
Yeah. He's in that. He's the main actor in the rom-com. He's the love interest. He's so handsome.
I don't know why I thought Heath Ledger was like the man that made scary movies.
He does.
He makes scary movies?
He made the Joker. Does
that
count?
He made the Joker?
He was the Joker.
I know he was the Joker, but
he didn't make it. No, Joker? I'm sorry. You know what I mean. He didn't make scary. Did he make scary movies? No, I don't know. I don't know enough. I just thought
he made it. I don't know.
Now I'm just questioning. Now I'm just like second guessing everything. Listen, he was in the Joker, and he's... All I know is he was in the Joker, and he's a good-looking guy. That's all.
But didn't he die because he went crazy?
Yeah. To my knowledge, don't quote me on it. To my knowledge, he's a method actor, so he basically put himself in situations to kind of get in the character of the Joker. So he would spend time in like insane asylums, and literally went crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Intense.
Very intense.
All right. Well, we're here. So I was asking about rom-coms because I wanted to get inside your head about like just love life and all that. But anyways.
Okay. That's a great transition. I wouldn't say my life is a rom-com. It's actually, it's a cute story.
No, it's a rom-com. Dating during this time period. What's the hardest thing you've had to learn?
Two things. Time management. That's been hard. Especially when you like somebody, you want to give them all your time.
Yeah.
But that's hard because you can't.
Yeah.
I have a full-time job and sometimes a job that requires more than 40 hours. Yeah. So it's hard. Time management, and then what I've learned the most about myself is that...
Sorry, you like answered, you jumped my question. I was going to ask you that question.
Oh, was that not what you asked?
No.
What was the question?
I said, during this time period, what's one thing you've had to learn?
Oh, yeah, time management. And I've had to learn. It kind of coincides with other.
But it's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What I've had to learn is that I'm not as mentally stable as I thought I was, which is really weird to talk about. But it's good. I mean, people go through it. You think you're good. You do. You think you're good, and you think like things that you've gone through is not going to affect you, but they still do. Yeah. And when you have something healthy for the first time, and your triggers come back, you're like, "Whoa! I thought that was dealt with," and it's like, no, like here I am. But you know what? God has blessed me with someone who loves me so well. That's another thing I've learned. My mind is a weak spot for him. For like the enemy to be able to get into. And I've never had a strong mind in the sense of I know what I want, but it's really easy for him to wiggle in and tell me lies about myself and tell me lies about my situations. Learning what's God's voice and what the enemy's voice has been hard because I've talked about with people before. Again, it's biblical. The enemy can come and disguise himself as an angel of light, and it's crazy to me. I think if the enemy can disguise himself as that, he can easily disguise himself as your own voice. And he uses your own voice to tell you things. And a lot of the things I would do is when I used to be in therapy, my therapist would tell me like, hey, I know you're feeling this, but what are the facts to support what you're feeling? And if you have nothing to support what you're feeling, then it's just a feeling. It's not reality. And so I had to do that a lot with my relationship because I would convince myself that it wasn't something I was supposed to do. or convince myself like, hey, I need to break up with this person. Like it's scary because you hear your voice, but you don't have peace. And anything lacking peace is not God. God never created you to be fearful. Period. It's just really cool to see how God can bring two people together and use it in a healthy way. It's just cool. Yeah. And I feel very blessed. And it's crazy to think that my life started 6 months ago. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, God gives you a peace about something. Yeah. Because if you know me, I'm a homebody. Yeah. The fact that I left is crazy to me. Yeah. Like, but I had a peace. Like, I really felt like God telling me to go.
What's life teaching you right now?
Life is teaching me how to trust. I like to be in control. I really do. I like to be in control, and I've learned how to let go of control in like my work life and like my future, which has always been a big thing for me. Yeah. But now it's been really hard to do that with my relationship. It's been really hard to do that. To just trust what God's doing in it freaks me out. And I think I let it go. Like, I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then I'll grab the reins again when I get scared. And I can just feel it. So just trusting that God is in control. He's been in control, and he's always going to be in control. That's good. I just got to give it to him. So control and discipline. Discipline is just not my thing, man. When you only have like one day off, it's hard to like discipline yourself to be healthy. Yeah. To be in your word. Yeah. Like it gets hard. Again, like we have a 40-hour week, but we put in more than that. So ministry, you're gonna do that, period. Yeah. You're gonna put way more than what you're getting paid for. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But balancing and now putting in someone that you want to invest time in, and genuine time, not just I'm giving this person an hour. Yeah. You know, finding all those, that time is hard.
So what's something that keeps you grounded and stress free?
Definitely the one thing that I'm stuck at is the thing that is what keeps me grounded, like being in my word. Yeah. Like whenever you meet with God, like, and you make it a point to meet with him and just let him speak to you, just to quiet everything else and just let him meet with you. It's like everything else is just balanced. It's weird. I don't know what it is. Again, it can only be a God thing. Yeah. But he really puts things in perspective for you. It continues to build the fruits of the Spirit, like your patience and your being the ability to trust and like all these things. Like he pours into your cup so that you're able to withstand the things that are trying to take from it. Yeah. Which things are going to take from it. Healthy, not healthy, there's going to. But meeting with him fills it up. That's another thing God's been teaching me. To stop coming to him so that I can have a cup filled, but just so that I can meet with him. Yeah. That's been hard. Wow. Because with my job, you need your cup filled spiritually so you can then be a spiritual leader for other people. But I literally have felt him tell me, he called me out. He was like, stop coming to me for other people. Come to me because you want to come with me. You want to meet with me. You don't come to me as an exchange so you can do your job better. Your job is the whipped cream on top of the cake when you meet with me. And I'm just like, dang. All right. You're right. It's been crazy. Yeah. It's been weird. Have you experienced anything like that? Of like, I don't know. I hear some people that are great at being in their word. I hear people that struggle with it really bad. Like, what do you do for that?
For being in my word?
Yeah.
I do my word. I'm in my word.
I do it.
I try to be in my word every morning. So on my way, challenge myself to be in my word. I do it on my way to work every morning. Yeah. I listen to. I'm right now. I'm in the word for reading the Bible in 3 years. I'm doing that thing right now. Reading the Bible in 3 years. I had I got it from Daryl, and she showed me this Bible plan where you read the Bible in 3 years. And then I'm also doing another Bible plan. I like to do Bible plans. Yeah. Because I found that it's easier for me to understand if I'm doing a Bible plan rather than just reading the Bible. Yeah. I feel like when I just read the Bible, I wouldn't understand it. I would just read it and I'd be like, cool.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, people are like, you got to read it verse by verse, and then you got to like understand the verse and what it meant, and then you got to search it up and search what the verse meant. And I'm like, I can't do all that. It's just too much. Like, I needed like a Bible plan where it's like there's a devotional, then it talks about it, and then they give you the verse. Like, that's helps me understand the Bible better, because like it breaks it down for me better. So I'm doing a devotional right now where it's talking about it's doing self-love and self-esteem, because I want to work on my self-esteem a little bit better, and self-love a little bit better, because I feel like that's what I don't want to say I struggle with, but I feel like I want to get better at. Yeah. Is self-love and self-esteem. Yeah. Because I feel like if I get better at that, I feel like I'll feel better. Yeah. And that's what I feel like I'm learning more about myself. Is just that's something that I feel like everybody can work on a little bit. It's just 100%. Loving yourself more and just having better self-esteem, because you never realize what your how do I say this correctly? I feel like somebody sent me a TikTok the other day about self-esteem, and I didn't realize how much it was affecting me until I saw the TikTok, and it was this girl like talking about like your self-esteem and how much, you got to make sure like your self-esteem is like something that you work on every day, and you got to like make sure you're saying your like affirmations and all that. And I'm like, I don't do that every day, but I didn't realize I needed to. I thought it was just like something that you say it once every so often and you'll be fine. And I'm like, wait, maybe I do need to like tell myself that, like, hey, you're beautiful, you're loved, you're cared for, you're a child of God, you're amazing, and like really mean it when you say it. Yep. And I was like, wow, like I gotta say that to myself sometimes and really mean it, because not everybody's saying that to me, and I gotta say it to myself. And when I believe it, it doesn't matter who's saying it to me. Right. As long as I'm saying it to myself, that's all that matters. Yeah. So I hope I answered your question. That did. No, it did. I hope I answered your question. I went on a rant just now. But yeah. One
of my coworkers, he looked at me one day and he was like, "Do you believe you're free?" And I was like, "What? What?" He said, "Do you believe that Jesus set you free?" Oh. And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, and he could see my face. He was like, "Do you believe that Jesus set you free? That you're free?" And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I do. And he's like, "I want you to wake up for a week or two and look in the mirror and say, 'You're free. I'm free.'" Bro, like you said, you don't realize that you don't fully accept something. You know it up here. Yeah. But you don't fully accept something until you look yourself in the mirror and you say it. I freaking bawled like a baby for like the first 4 days. It's like, oh, I believe it, but I didn't like accept it, that I'm free. And that means free from self-doubt, from not thinking you're good enough, free from all of that, because that's what the enemy does. Yeah. The enemy thinks you're unworthy, you're unclean, you're not, all these things. Yeah. And Jesus literally has set you free. And it's hard. Wow. But that was crazy. That was wild. He loves to throw that one out there. He also loves to throw this one out there. Ask yourself this question. On a scale from 1 to 10, you ready? Mm-hmm. You got to answer it. On a scale from 1 to 10, how sure are you that you're going to heaven? It's a great question.
The Christian in me, the baptized Christian in me, that says, you're baptized, right, and after you're baptized, after you accept Christ, right, you automatically are going to heaven, right? Right.
What's your answer? You're not asking me. I asked you the question.
I'm answering you. That part of me wants to say it's a 10. Right. But the sinner in me, because I'm a sinner every day. Yeah. Wants to say, I don't know. I'm concerned. I'm a 4. I'm like a 4.
I'm a 4 today.
I'm concerned. I don't know if I'm getting in there. I'm like, that's a narrow path. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through that narrow path. I'm concerned.
So what's your answer?
I'm gonna go with like a 5.2.
You're gonna go with a 5.2.
I'm concerned.
I love this question because you're right. The knowledge in your head doesn't agree with the what you're feeling in your heart. And we know that if we confess with our mouth that Jesus is Lord and Savior, we're going to heaven, period.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing we can do, have done, will ever do that can take that.
Yeah.
So I love asking that question because of him. It's like, no, you should say a 10 just because you should know.
Yeah.
If you believe in Jesus and believe in his word, you should know.
Yeah.
Period. So it's a 10. And I love that question because it's like, oh, dang. Like you start to realize that you're allowing, again, like what you're saying, the sinner in you, you're allowing the enemy, you're allowing all those things. The fear to tell you something that's not true.
Exactly.
And I just love them. I love those questions. He's so smart.
It's the fear.
He's so smart. I tell him all the time, I'm like, he's 21 years old.
Oh,
and the man is so intelligent.
You gotta love those young minds, but those mature minds.
100%.
Those young mature minds are those great. They're gonna grow up and be like,
oh yeah, he's like the little brother in the office. Like great. he's the one that loves to bother everyone. Oh, great. Can't stand him. Can't stand him.
What's one goal you're going after right now?
I think the discipline is probably that one goal. I want to create a routine in my life. Yeah. I don't feel like I have routine. And that's what keeps you healthy too. Like making sure I cook at home and like I'm getting up and working out and like all those things. So my goal is to create a routine that works for me and it's going to help me be a better version of myself.
How do you plan on achieving that goal?
I have to actually probably sit down and like write it out. Because I keep doing the thing of like, oh, I'll do it like this. Yeah. And then something always comes up. Yeah. Because something's always going to come up. Yeah. So I have to actually sit down and like stick to it. Yeah. So that's what I want to work towards. And you? What's your goals?
My goals?
Inspire me.
My goals. I say my goals right now are to take this podcast to the next level. Which I don't know. I'm trying to see what the next level is. I have a couple of different ideas as to where I want to take this podcast to. I have some goals for job-wise. I want to move out by next year. Okay. I would like to move out next year.
You got that?
If I can. If not next year, then the year after for sure. I want to move out. Yeah. So that's my next big goals.
Those are awesome goals.
Yeah. Which is crazy to think that I'm moving out. Like that's the biggest one is like moving out and then being debt free or credit card debt free and student loan debt free by next year April.
Come on.
Yeah, next year April.
Come on.
Which is even more insane. I'm like, to do those 3 things is like crazy to me.
It's crazy.
I'm like, you're being ambitious, Nikki, but we're gonna do it.
Especially in Florida.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm moving out in Florida. I'm going somewhere else. Surprise, surprise.
She gonna come live with me. Come to Texas.
But Sabrina, thank you so much for joining us today. We had so much fun with you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it was so much fun having you, Sabrina. We finally made it. We made it.
I feel like this podcast was so serious, though.
It was serious.
It wasn't like, we're normally so much more funny.
We are so much more goofier than this.
We got it so serious. Like, this is too serious, I feel like. My God.
I know. I was trying to make it funny, and then
it's going to be depressing as heck. Like, she's going to be editing this, and I'm like, golly, it's like a freaking... It's a therapy session.
I'll be like, what happened to this?
It's a therapy session. The one time we needed to joke around, I know. It didn't happen.
I know.
You know what it is? You cheated me. You did freaking games with Sasha. And me, it's like, I'm not going to do nothing. We're just going to let her talk.
I was like, I'm just going to let her do her thing and just see what happens. Let's hear her out.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to be so serious.
You asked me serious questions.
Oh, listen, you decided to make it serious. That was your prerogative. Prerogative. Listen, it's a big word.
It's not that big.
It's a big word.
It's not that big. You can say prerogative.
Prerogative.
There you go. There you go. You got it.
If you slow it down, speed it up.
Yeah, you need to slow everything down for her.
Hey, speed it up. Hey, bring it down. Why'd you go put that at the beginning? They're gonna be like, "Hey, that's gonna be a sick podcast," and that's not even in
the whole time. It's just like little violin. How do you do the little violin? I always get it wrong.
all about. She out here like this.
Like this. Like that's the violin and there's a little stick.
This way, you out here like this.
Oh, you know what? I also did this.
Thank you so much, Sabrina, for joining us today. We had so much fun with you. We hope you come back from Texas back to Florida to hang out with us.
Oh, okay.
Again. Well, you're going back to Texas,
No,
right?
I thought you wanted me permanently. I was like, I don't know about all that.
No. You got to stay in Texas.
You don't want me over here.
Back over there. No. You got your little accent now. You changed on us. You got a little country twang.
I think my mans will have a little bit of a problem if I stay
down. Not your mans. Ew. Not your mans. Ew.
He'd be like, I don't know. Like, no, you're not keeping her.
Ew. Okay. Anyways. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we hope you guys come back for episode number 10. Till then, check out episodes number 1 through 8, and we will see you guys later. Stay blessed, don't stress, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.